Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Today I'm interviewing Adrian Redman. He's 8-0, and I'm glad to get him on the channel.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, mate. And my first question is, how did you first get into boxing?
Um, I had an older cousin that used to box. He didn't take it to crazy levels. He used to just do it, but that kind of inspired me, I suppose.
Yeah,
And I used to love the Rocky movies when I was younger. That always made me want to train.
yes. So did you have an amateur career?
Yeah, a very short one. I only had 15 amateur fights
And why is that?
because the plan was to always go pro. So it was more so about my stage of development as opposed to a crazy number of fights.
Yes. So out of your 15 fights, how many did you win?
10. Although it's debatable, I would say I won 13, but it's neither here nor there. That's in the past.
So you lost a few close decisions.
Yeah,
Well, that happens, unfortunately.
yeah, definitely.
But you're smashing it at the pro level at the minute. I think didn't you box CJ Wood in your last fight?
Yeah, very tough guy. Very tough guy.
How
Tricky.
did? Because you said a minute ago you broke your hand. What round did you feel the hand going?
Well, I damaged both hands. I actually thought both hands were broken, but I had an X-ray on both, and it was just my left hand. So I damaged my right hand in the second round, and I broke my left hand in the fifth.
Yes, because it was a 6-rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, do you think you performed good?
Yeah, I mean, because of the damage to the hands, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't capitalize on certain situations. But overall, I think I implemented some of the things that I've been working on in training, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the progress.
That's good, mate. And are you in your next fight? I don't know when that's going to be. Probably. What month do you think you'll be able to start training again?
I'll be able to start training in March as long as everything goes to plan. I'll be able to start doing full-on training in March.
Fingers
So
crossed.
yeah, well, I can't cross my fingers right now, but metaphorically speaking.
Yeah. So I'm sure you'll try get out what May, June, then
Yeah,
if everything
the
goes
plan.
to plan.
Yeah, hopefully summertime. I'm hoping for. If not summertime, then September.
So you're signed with Warren Boxing Management, aren't you?
Yeah.
And how long have you been working with them?
Just a few months, but it's been very progressive, I'd say. I'm very positive based on the conversations that we've been having. I'm looking forward to work with them for longer.
Yes. They put on good shows, don't they?
Yeah,
So am I expecting you to, when you're back, to be boxing on their shows more often?
of course, most definitely.
That's
As
good.
long as they have them, I'll be there.
Who's your trainer?
I have more of a training team. It's not one specific trainer. So I'm at IQ Boxing Club, and so I just work with numerous coaches that's there. It's not one specific trainer.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, so don't you train with what's his name? I forgot his name. Do you know Ahmed Hatim?
So who?
Ahmed Hatim. I think he
Oh yeah,
trains
yeah,
in your
yeah,
gym.
yeah. My stablemate. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you spar him?
No, no, we're different weight classes. But yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah. He's doing well, isn't he? He got his first stoppage last time out.
Yeah. I
So are
mean
you
that
train
that
with
was
the
bound to
same
happen.
person as him?
Yeah, yeah, we're around. We're in the gym pretty much every time I'm in the gym training. He's in the gym training.
That's good. So you've got a few stable mates. Do you have any stable mates around your way?
The only one I could mention is Robbie Chapman, but other than that, not really.
Yeah, I know Robbie. He's a tough man.
Definitely, I've done hundreds of rounds with that guy.
Yeah, and last year he was picking up a few wins I saw.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he's got the skills. He's got everything it takes. So it's whenever he's in the mood, really.
yeah. Because if he can see an early night or just see an easy night's work, he might as well just go for it. Because
Yeah, exactly.
some of the people he fights, I reckon he could beat if he, really had gave it his
Yeah,
all.
yeah. If he went for it.
Yeah, because he used to be a prospect,
Mm.
but
But I
I
mean,
don't know what
like
went wrong with him being a prospect. Do you
I
know?
think that's what happens. It's common. Like it's not just him. It's a common thing with small hole boxing. People just decide to jump in the deep end because it's not going as planned or whatever, and they just say, you know what, let me just go for it.
That's fair enough. So what fight do you think you've performed your best in so far?
It's a good question. Um, I think my last fight. I believe I improve with every fight. So there's always stuff I'm working on and always stuff I'm trying to implement in the next fight. So based on all of that, implementing all of the things, I'd say my last fight.
I thought you did pretty well against what's he called, Varela.
Yeah, but I was a bit rusty in that fight. I wasn't too pleased with my performance. I was very critical with myself. Obviously, I got the stoppage. I warmed into the fight, but because it was 2.5 years out the ring due to COVID and whatnot, I was a bit rusty.
Well, you got him out of there, and he was coming to win, wasn't he? 1-0, I think he was at the time.
Yeah,
So that was a good comeback fight for you, wasn't it?
yeah, he had a lot of power, but so do I. So
Yeah, and he felt it, didn't he? At the end,
yeah,
he did, didn't he? And so do you think the more the people come to fight you, the more stoppages you'll start to get?
definitely that's how it goes. Because if you're negative, you're only looking to defend. So if you're only looking to do one thing, you're going to be successful at it for 90% of the time. But you're most vulnerable in boxing when you're throwing punches or when you're taking risks. So it just goes without saying, really.
Do you sell how many are you good with your tickets? Do you sell them?
I mean, I have a loyal support system. I wouldn't say I have fans. I have support, people that support me. And I appreciate them. I appreciate every single one of them. And I just want them to know that.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be all looking forward to your next fight as much as me. I'm looking forward to seeing you back out in the ring once your hands healed.
Thanks.
So it was your left hand, you said. What happened to the right hand?
The right hand's just damaged, but it's not broken. So I'm going to give the right hand just as much rest as the left hand.
Yeah. So they're both recovering.
Yeah,
Are you a fan of boxing as well?
of course. I watch boxing when it's on. Caught the boxing last week.
What
Tanks fight.
boxers do you like to watch?
Terence Crawford, Javante Davis, Bivol now. I've become a fan of Bivol. Jumped on the Bivol wave. Obviously Canelo.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you want to
yeah.
see the Crawford v Errol Spence as everyone else does?
Do you know why it's a bit controversial? Obviously, I do want to see it, but I kind of don't want to see it because I'm a fan of both of them, and I know one of them is gonna have to lose, and I don't want to see any of them lose, but I want to see that fight because I think Spence versus Porter is one of the best fights I've seen. So I know Spencer's always in good fights, like his fight with Kell Brook.
And so is Crawford. Crawford's in good
Exactly.
fights.
There's always drama.
If I had
So,
to put you on the spot, mate, and I'm going to, who do you think would win?
uh, don't know, man, because Crawford's my favorite fighter. He's my favorite, hands down. but I think Spence does a lot fundamentally better than him, and there's mistakes that Crawford makes. But the kind of guy that Crawford is, he always finds a way to win. And no matter how the fight's going, he always adjusts. So I would have to say Crawford.
By knockout or points?
Points. I don't think any of them will get knocked out.
That's fair enough. But I think I think Crawford will win, but Spence is a very slick boxer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very skillful.
I think Spence is better to like watch.
It depends what you like. Like I said, he does stuff, but technically better than Crawford. But I like both of them. And Spence's work rate is crazy. But with Crawford, he's just got that devil in him. You know, he's just gonna something clicks in his head and he just takes them out.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Crawford, and I reckon if one of them gets the stoppage win, I would say Crawford if there's a stoppage.
Really, but Spence is big. Remember, Spence is the naturally bigger guy, and Crawford has been hurt before at lighter weights. That could be down to many reasons, but and Spence isn't really a one-punch knockout artist. But
Well, some people might think Spence will stop him. Some people might think Crawford will win on points, stoppage. There's mixed opinions on that one, isn't there?
which is why it's a good fight.
And there's mixed opinions on Tank Ryan Garcia as well.
Really, I think majority of people think Tank's gonna
I think Tank's going to stop him.
Same. But the thing is, like, people underestimate Tank's boxing ability. Like Eddie Hearn said something the other day that Tank doesn't. I'm not sure how he meant it. Maybe he meant it in the way that he's not an overthinker, but he said he's not very intelligent. And I beg to differ because I believe Tank's ring IQ is up there. You can't be that experienced and have been boxing for so long and not have a good ring IQ, especially at the level you're at.
Yeah, and I'm sure. I think that fight is targeted for April. I think.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure. But I reckon Tank could outbox him as well. To be fair, you don't be surprised if Tank wins on points.
Yeah, but the hand speed is going to be a problem. But so Tank would have to go to the body, slow him down.
Do you think it'll be the later rounds?
Yeah, because Tank doesn't aim to go for points. I mean, the time who did he fight? Cruz, and it went to points, but he broke his hand in that fight, right? So
yeah, because Tank's just pure excitement, and I'm sure whoever wins Ryan Garcia v Tank will look for that undisputed fight against Devin Haney.
It's an interesting division.
I mean, Loma's still there, isn't he? Lopez, Kambosos.
Yeah, anyone around that weight class, like whether it's 130, 135, anyone around that weight class, it's going to be interesting.
Who's your favourite at that division?
Tank, but I also like Shakur.
Oh, Shakur. Yeah, how can I forget him? I'm a fan of I like Loma, and to be fair, I want to see him run it back with Lopez.
Oh yeah. I think he'll probably win that one. Lopez doesn't seem the same since the Kambosos fight.
Yeah. Where do you think Kambosos goes from his 2 defeats to Devon? Because to be fair to him, he got schooled.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna overrate Kambosos just because he beat Lopez. So it's hard to say whether he was ever at that level or supposed to be at that level. But he is a good fighter. He is. But to say at that level, I don't know. But because of the win that he did have, his name would always be in the mix now. So
yeah,
there's many fights out there.
But do you think if Lopez rematches George Kambosos, what do you think would happen? Do you think?
I think Lopez will win because he underestimated him that fight and he just tried to he got bad advice from the corner firstly, and he just tried to go for it. It's like they didn't have a real game plan. So I don't
I'm
believe he was
sure.
looking at
I reckon Lopez might stop him in the rematch.
it.
George has heart though.
Yeah, he does, and that's part of the reason he got to where he got to.
Mm. It's a good story as well that George has come from.
Yeah, we all love a come up story. That's the thing. We all want to get behind the underdog. It's natural.
Yeah. Were you scheduled to fight Paul Brown?
Um, what for my last fight?
No. A few fights ago, I heard that you could have fought Paul Brown for the title.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't official. No,
Oh, was that just rumors?
there wasn't rumors that we were trying to make stuff happen, but didn't happen.
Hope because he's got to fight for the area. Maybe when you come back from injury, maybe have maybe a two fights to get your hands, back going. Then maybe, well, by the end of the year, you would want that area title, wouldn't you?
Of
Really?
course, that's the plan.
So, are you're fighting at light heavyweight? Are you
Super middle.
super middle? Sorry. Oh yes, sorry, getting confused. But yes.
Yeah.
And are you happy at that weight, or could in the near future could I see you go up or weight or down?
I mean, I don't mind. Like, I could go down, I can go up, I can stay at super middle. I'm happy, I'm comfortable at super middle, but I could go up to light heavyweight, or I could go down to middleweight.
Fair
But I'm
enough.
very comfortable at super middle. I'm happy here.
Who's been your hardest opponent so far?
Um, I would say Varela because he was the hardest hitter, so I had to be more switched on. I know for one split second I can't switch off and make a mistake.
Yeah. But would you say the best is still to come?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So are you what are your like fight day preparations?
The actual day,
Yeah, do you have like a certain routine before you fight?
the night before I do, not on the actual day. The day I probably just pack my food to eat after the weigh-in. Um, Sometimes I have breakfast actually before the weigh-in because I have no problems making the weight. But I don't really have a set routine.
That's fair enough. When you get on these bigger shows, when they're on the day before, would you prefer the day before weigh-in, or is the day of the fight weigh-in okay for you?
The day of the fight weigh-in is okay for me, so it makes no difference for me. But I would prefer the day before weigh-in just to get it out of the way. I don't want to have to do too much
Yeah,
on the
so
fight
you
day.
can just relax before your fight.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. And do you want to shout out your manager, sponsors, just anyone, trainer, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, shout out my management for putting me in a position and, doing what they're doing for me and my coaching team, IQ Boxing Club, from the very beginning till now.
Yes. And before I let you go, my final question is, do you have any advice for someone who wants to be a boxer?
My only advice is don't wait, just do it. If you're contemplating it, just do it.
So,
You
but
only know once you try.
would you recommend going through the amateurs?
Definitely. The amateurs is like work experience. It's priceless. So I would say be patient, go through the amateurs, learn your trade, and don't rush anything.
Yes. And thank you for your time, mate, and speedy recovery with the injury.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Cheers for coming on, champ. Bye, mate.
Thanks.